Easier said than done. Make decisions based on your values, not on your emotions. Make decisions based on your values, not on your emotions. So, one of my values is fitness, like health and well-being, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. It's actually my number one value right now. And there's days when I don't feel like meditating or working out or doing something that would actually be a part of that value. And I need to sit with that and go, okay, well, what's my value? Well, my value, if my value is health in all aspects of health, then I need to take action on what that health looks like. Now, maybe some days that's rest and other days it's running, but I need to make a decision based on my values, not on my emotions. Which begs the question, what do you value? What do you value? Most of us kind of go through our lives and we don't even know. We just kind of have this kind of gerbil running through our head, and we don't actually stop to think, what do I value? And therefore we make decisions based on kind of spur of the moment or emotion or maybe even logic, but it's not based on our values. And so here's what I invite you to do. I invite you to go on an internet, do a search and type in 150 values, something like that. And you'll get 150 values. And then out of those 150 values, some of them may be more, I guess, selfish than others, like money or power might be a value to you. Empathy and love might be a value to you. Judgment or justice and trust may be a value to you. So you're going to go through the 150 and you're going to find maybe 30. Like you could probably pick all of them, but really there's going to be like 30 that you're going to go, ooh, that one got my attention a little bit. Let me check that one off. And let me check that one off. And when you take the 30, what you want to do is you want to narrow that down to 10. So maybe one of your values is the truth and another value is justice. Those are kind of synonymous. So you can actually kind of say, well, let's pick justice because that one kind of will sort of encompass truth. And so you take those values and you narrow it down to your top 10 values. These are the values that are going to guide you and will stay fairly consistent throughout your life. Then you want to say, well, what do I value of those 10? What are the top 3 right now? And those may change. But if you can narrow that 10 down to 3, then you can take that 3 and say, what is the one value that I'm honing in on at this moment? Your top 3 values are kind of the direction that you want to go and make your decisions based on in your life. And then out of those 3, you pick your number 1 value. That's like your North Star. That's exactly where you want to have everything filter down through those values. So my value a few years ago was connection. It is still in my top 3, and it always most likely will be. But my value of health and fitness in a holistic sense was always in my top 10. But until a year ago, it wasn't even in my top 3. And then I had an injury and I gained more awareness around my own empowerment and my own health, and that I can help others better when I am more whole in a holistic sense. Whatever it is, if it falls in line with those values, now you're aligned as a person. You're going to have more energy, you're going to have more clarity, you're going to have better visions of the future, you're able to express yourself better, you're able to listen to others better. If you live according to your values, you just live a better life, even if your emotions contradict those values someday. Or at some times, or in my case, like health, often I don't feel like doing what my values will dictate. But if we live according to our values, it starts to build the energy in on itself. Now what you want to do is reevaluate those values about every 6 months or so. And go through the whole 150 again. Because those 10 will most likely stay the same. Some may fall off and some new ones may come in, but 7 or 8 of those 10 will probably stay with you forever. But out of those 10, those 3 can kind of shift around a little bit, and it will actually help you narrow your focus on what's really important to you. So when my number 1 value is connection, I saw things a little bit differently than when my number 1 value is health, even though I still live in both of those worlds because I actually see them as intrinsically connected to each other anyway. Do a values assessment. See where that leads you.
Three, 2, 1, go.
Values. Oh my gosh, total blank. By the way, for the record, for those of you who are watching this in a blooper, it's 3 o'clock and we started at like 9 and we haven't had a break. So, well, we've had a break, but not a big break. So this is where I start blanking out. Now people are going to be like, well, not bringing this guy in for my 12-hour mega workshop. Health and physical health. Because you're going to connect based on your values rather than based on your emotions or your feelings. And that's going to make you, really cool in my eyes. God damn it.